Hey, how's it going? Yeah, have you been doing alright? Me too, yeah. I'm adjusting to my new place. Did you find it okay? I know the street parking is really annoying. Yeah, I've embarrassed myself a few times trying to parallel park now. Everyone messes it up, so don't feel bad. At least around here. I can watch out my window and like see people spending 20 minutes to get into a spot, and it makes me feel better. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad that you could come again and be my guinea pig. Today's gonna be kind of different and kind of the same than what we've done in the past, because at this point we're having to work on like our bedside manner and speed. We're not supposed to rush each thing, but we're also supposed to make sure that we can pretty quickly navigate through all of the different like senses, essentially, because they're used, a lot of the smaller tests, similar or exactly the same to ones that we've done before with your eyes and nose and ears and all that. They are all going to come up in different exams from time to time. So my job is to make sure that I can recall them and do them without too much of a delay in between. And knowing me, I'm gonna start talking to you and like ruin it for myself, but I'm not gonna be really taking any notes at all today, because it's more just walking through and making sure I remember, and then you kind of get to grade me on how you feel, I guess, throughout the process. If I'm nice to you, if I give you good and adequate feedback, if I allow you to ask me questions and I respond to them in a way that makes you feel like I understood you. Yeah, exactly. And then I think like next week or something, if you're available, I do have to do the exact opposite of this and just do a bunch of intake paperwork and like no exams. It would just be completely asking you questions and getting your medical history and all of that. So okay, cool. Yeah, we'll figure out a time at some point. Okay, so are you ready? Do you need anything? Okay. Yeah, I have food we can eat after. Yeah, I had this movie actually requested, or what's the word? Suggested to me to watch. It's called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Have you heard of that? I hadn't either, but it looks good and it seems like it's the kind of movie that I would enjoy, so I think you'd like it too, knowing you. Yeah, so if you want to watch that, I found it online and we can do that if you want. My furniture is not perfectly set up here yet, but we'll make it work. Okay, alright, cool. So first thing I'm going to do is just step back and visually examine your face. And I'm just sort of looking for any obvious abnormalities. I know there are moles and freckles and other sort of things that we can be born with that are completely normal and not causing any harm. But sometimes when you look at a patient's face, you can see that one eye is swollen or one cheek is swollen, or there's an asymmetry that might be alerting to some sort of either deeper issue, or if it's something that's been with the patient all their life, it might be something that is affecting how they feel now. So I don't see anything that I'm concerned with. Have you recently experienced any illness? Okay. And have you hit your head or fallen or had any other sort of health-related crisis whatsoever? Okay. All right. Okay, you look good. Going to step closer to you now. Okay. And I'm just gonna push a little bit around your face and feel your skin, but also make sure that you're not holding a whole lot of extra fluid anywhere. Your skin should bounce back, and it is, so that's great. And what about with your skin? Have you had any rashes, any itchiness, any dryness? Okay, and is that typical for you this time of year? Okay. How about any acne, any sort of new or growing freckles or moles or anything that you've noticed? And it could be anywhere on your body. Okay. And how about with your hair? Have you had any issues with your hair falling out, your scalp being tender when you wash your hair, any changes in your shampoo or its effectiveness for you? Okay. Okay. And can you clench your jaw for me? Okay, and open it. And close it again. Okay. Have you had any issues with your jaw? Any pain that you've felt, especially along your joint here, near your ear? Have you had any ear pain? Tenderness? Any sensitivity to noises that's new for you? Okay. And if I grab your ears here, does that hurt at all? How about as I come down towards your earlobes? Feels okay? And what if I pull sort of up a little bit? Pulling up. And what if I pull back? Okay, and pull down. Okay, all good? Okay, great. I'm going to take a look at your side profile now, so I'm just going to step to the side of you and take a look at your nose, at your lips, at your forehead, and just your skull in general. I'm going to lift your sort of area in the back so I can see your scalp. Just get anything out of the way. So I might touch your collar. Is that okay? Okay. And then I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. Okay? I'm just going to look here. Can you keep your chin just up a little bit more? Good. Okay, good. That looks great. I don't see any issues. I'm going to feel towards the back. Okay. Alright, that looks good. And none of this feels painful. Okay, great. Come to the other side. I'm just going to do the same thing. Take a look. Okay. And tilt your chin just a little bit up for me. A little more. Good, good, good. Okay. Perfect. You're doing a great job. Okay. And I'm just going to feel around the back of your head again. Okay. That all looks good to me. Okay. So now we're going to move on to a little eye exam. I know that we did this with the otoscope last time, and I'm going to be doing some similar tests, okay? So I'm going to turn off the light, the extra light. There's going to be one still on that's dimmer than what it is right now. And I'm going to use the otoscope to examine your eyes, okay? Did you have any questions about the preliminary look that we did? Okay, don't make fun of me. Okay. Can you still see me okay? Good, okay. Alright, so I'm just going to turn on my otoscope. It's a little light. Okay, and can you just look straight? You can look at my chin, my nose, eyes, forehead, or above my head, anywhere over my shoulder, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Okay, and I'm going to shine this light into your eyes for a second. Okay. Keep looking straight, please. Keep looking. Okay. You can blink. Good. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye now. So if you want to look over to this side, or again anywhere in the middle. Okay. And here comes the light. Just keep looking. You are doing great. Okay, perfect. That was really good. Next, I'm going to come closer with you if that's okay. And I'm going to actually take a look into your eyeballs, look at your pupils. I'm going to see how the light refracts in your eye to just make sure that you don't have any sort of issues going on with your ability to see in that regard. No signs of any future issues. Before I do that, does your family, anyone in your family, or do you have any history of macular degeneration, diabetes, any sort of retinal detachment, colorblind? Okay, and I know this, but do you wear prescription glasses? Okay, and what about contact lenses? Do you ever wear any non-prescription contact lenses? Okay. Are your eyes generally sensitive? How about when you go out into a bright light? Do you have any watering of your eyes? Is it just one eye or both? Okay. Alright. So there have not been any recent eye surgeries or for any family members, and no eye surgeries in general for you? Okay. Alright. Well, if you're ready, I'm going to step closer to you. Do you have any questions for me before I begin this part? Okay. Do you have a preference as to which eye I start on? You're right. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use the light again, and I'm going to look into the magnifying lens. And this is probably going to take a little while because I have to make sure I look kind of at every surface available. And like I said, I'm going to be doing those refraction tests along the way as well. Okay. If you need to blink, feel free. If you need me to stop for a moment, let me know, and I will pull the light away and we can give it a second. Okay, ready? Okay. Alright. Good, you can keep looking straight, or you can pick a point. Doesn't matter to me. gonna put my hand on your forehead here for a second to steady. Okay. Alright. Good. Really good. Are you feeling okay? Okay. Gonna look at the kind of inner corner now. Okay. Yeah, I've gotten better at closing the right eye. Remember last time I kept closing the one that was supposed to be looking? I've gotten a little better. Okay. Alright. This eye is looking pretty good. Okay, while we're over here, I'm gonna have you look into the distance for me. Okay. Pick one spot and just focus on it. It doesn't matter what that spot is. Just keep your eyes looking in the same direction, okay? And I'm going to now use the flashlight on the same eye and look at it from a distance, okay? I'm gonna see how your pupils react. I'm gonna look at your cornea, your iris. I'm gonna look at your whole eye structure. Okay, I'm also gonna take a little look at your eyelashes. Okay, so just look somewhere into the distance. Okay. So what have you been up to? How long ago was that? Okay. Are you doing okay? Well, that's good at least. Sorry that you've been dealing with that though. It seems like it's always something. Not with you, just in general. With life, there's equal ups and downs. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's not that there are more downs, I don't think. I think it's just that it feels so good to be up that when a down happens, it's such a major bummer. It's like easier to be bothered than it is to appreciate the good things, which is really a shame. And sometimes I wonder if that's not just like a product of how stressful we live our lives, you know? Exactly, because I feel like if we weren't as stressed on a regular basis, that when the bad things did happen, we'd be able, like, we'd have a more readily available emotional reserve to deal with it. Yeah. Okay, great. You can blink a bunch and I'll give you a second to just let your eyes adjust. I know that's a lot when you have light in just one eye, but you are doing a great job. I didn't see any issues with your right eye there. Your waterline looks good. Your lashes look nice and full. I didn't see any scrapes or scratches or any conjunctivitis, no jaundice. Everything looked tip-top shape. Okay. And you haven't experienced any changes recently with your vision? Okay, so you can still watch things the same, you can handle lights the same, you can, you don't feel like your eyes have been itchy, watery, blinking about the same amount as usual. Okay. Have you been playing on the computer or looking at your phone or tablet or staring at a TV screen or anything more so than usual lately? Okay. Well, I'm going to start on your left eye, doing the up close again. Okay. But I was just, oops, there we go. I was just gonna say though that steady. I was just gonna say that this is just from me to you as friends, not as nurse advice. There are these eye drops that you can get over the counter that they're like artificial tears. Have you heard of them? Yeah, it's nothing like scary or crazy. It's just kind of like a lube for your eyeball. Yeah, so like if you know that you're gonna be looking at a screen for a while, or you know that you're gonna have to write a paper or just do something electronic related for an extended period of time, you can put in a couple of these drops, or if you've been working for like 4 hours, you can put in a couple drops, and they really do a great job of reducing that eye strain, so they're pretty cool. Yeah, I'll write you the name of them before you leave later. Are you staying over? Okay, cool. Okay, that'll be great. Yeah. Yes, I do have food, I promise. Okay, if you can look into the distance again. Excuse me. I'm going to once more look at your left eye, but I'm going to do it at a distance this time, okay? Are you ready? Do you need to blink? Okay, here we go. So aside from that incident, have you been doing anything else recently? Have you been watching anything new or reading anything interesting? I don't think I have seen that, no. Is it good so far? Well, that's good. I've actually recently been watching this show on Hulu, and it's called Party Down. And it really only caught my eye because it's like a story of people who work as like a catering company, and they are the servers. And as you know, I used to serve, not for a catering company, but we did a lot of like private events for the old people, and they're very similar, like vibe. And the show actually has, God, I can never remember her name. Do you remember in Role Models, the woman, she's like probably in her mid-50s, she's got short blonde hair, and she's like a funny, witty, yeah, she's like the counselor. She's like really aggressive. Yeah, that's her. She's in it, and then Leslie Knope's man from Parks and Rec is in it, and then the girl, I think, I'm trying to figure out where I recognize her from. I think the other main girl is the one who plays Caddy's initial friend in Mean Girls, the one with the black hair who like wants to take down Regina George with her. Yes, dude. And also Guilfoyle from Silicon Valley. He's also in Freaks and Geeks and like a bunch of other Adventureland. Yeah, I have the biggest crush on him. I always have. Yeah, he's in that too. So when I saw the whole cast, and it's like a, you know, just everyday sort of show. I love those for some reason. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. And I think I'm only like 6 episodes in, and it's okay so far. I think there's only been like one moment that I actually like guffawed out loud. And there's been a lot of nudity, so if you need something spicy, yeah, it's been interesting. Okay, I'm trying to see what else I need to do here. Okay, I'm gonna turn the light back on because I don't need to use this anymore. Okay, just gonna go behind you for a second. Give me a second to readjust. Okay, so next we're gonna move into some muscle tests to make sure that your eye muscles are working in tip-top shape. Have you been feeling any extra strain lately? Any sort of headaches forming around this area? Especially, you know, like I was asking about looking at screens or staring at anything, even a book or... Okay. What about if your head is facing one way and your eyes are kind of like shifted into another direction? Okay. Is it typical that will give you a headache? Me too, I'm the same way. I hate it. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do next is look forward again. Okay, I'm gonna step back even more. Okay, and we're going to do a little, it's a simple test. I'm just gonna have you look straight again, somewhere kind of in the center of me. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of move my hands from outside your field of vision to inside your field of vision. And I need you to just let me know when you can see my hands. Okay? It might be one or both, it doesn't matter. You can just say yes or no or whatever makes you comfortable to let me know that you see it. Okay? Alright, so look straight ahead of me. Ready? Okay. Good. 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 Okay. Alright. Okay, great. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna come closer to you. Okay, so your field of vision is a bit narrower now. Can you see my hands right here? Okay, good. Ready? Good. 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 Okay, great. I don't think you're having any trouble with that whatsoever. Your eyes seem completely fine overall. I haven't found anything that is concerning. Your muscles seem to be working fine. You're not reporting any sort of odd differences or new developments in your eyesight, worsening eyesight. When I was looking in with the flashlight, everything seemed to be perfect, and I think that that is the end of that. Did you have any questions about the eye portion? Okay, cool. So if you're ready, we'll move on to the next sense. I'm going to be doing your ears, okay? Okay, great. So I'm going to use the otoscope again for this and take a look inside of your ears. You don't really have to do much for that. Before I get started, I just want to know, are your ears feeling sensitive or painful at all? I know I was tugging on them a little bit earlier, but is the inside hurt? Have you felt any sort of feeling of fullness in your ears? Have you had any drainage? Okay. Okay, so nothing abnormal for you though. You haven't become suddenly sensitive to sounds or incapable of hearing things that you could hear before. Okay, alright, good. So I'm just gonna come around to, make sure my light's working, to your right ear first, okay? Okay, great. So I'm gonna look over here and just take a peek inside. I'm looking at your ear canal and also your eardrum. Okay, and can you just tilt your head? Keep tilting. Tilt a little more. And tilt once more. Good. Okay. You can come back to normal. I'm gonna pull on your ears. Okay. I'm gonna pull up. Up, up, up. Okay. And I'm gonna pull back. Pulling back. Good. I'm gonna pull down. Down. Okay, and I'm gonna push forward as well. So just pushing the ear forward a little bit. Okay, and can you tilt your head one more time for me? Tilt. Okay, perfect. That side looks good. Everything is the color that I would expect it to be. Your eardrum seems to be moving, responding normally. Okay, I'm gonna just do the same thing on the other side. None of that felt painful, right? Okay. Alright, here we go. Just gonna take a look at your ear canal first. And into your eardrum. And can you tilt your head for me again? To the right. Tilt. Tilt a little more. Okay, and tilt just once more for me. Okay, good. You can come back to center. And I'm gonna just pull your ear up. Pulling it up. Back, just pulling it back a little bit, and now I'm gonna pull it down, just tugging down a little bit, and finally I'm gonna push it forward, just pushing it forward a little bit. Okay, alright. That seems completely fine. None of that hurt on the other side either. Okay, good. You did great. Alright, so I have this funny looking glove and it's textured. So I'm going to try to put it over this glove and I'm going to use it first for a little hearing test and then we're going to move into your sense of sensation, touch, and I'm going to be using the glove for that as well. Okay. haven't been distracted by my neighbors at all. It's so weird to be living around neighbors again. I know. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm really enjoying it here, so. Alright, so I've got my glove on, and it makes a little sort of, I don't even know how to describe this sound, a crunching sound, I guess. So what I'm going to do is have you close your eyes for me. I'm going to put my hand next to your ear and move it just away from you, making that sort of rustling noise. And I just want you to tell me when you can't hear it anymore, okay? Okay, so we'll start on your left ear. Keep your eyes closed. Still hear it? Okay. It's gone. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? So keep your eyes closed again. Can you hear that? Okay. Still hear it? Okay. It's gone. Okay. Alright, you did great. You can open your eyes back up. Okay, you're in the perfect range of where I would have expected you to continue hearing it, okay? So now that we've gotten the audio and ear portion out of the way, we'll move on to your sense of touch. First, are there any questions that you have or any comments that you'd like to share with me about your ears? Okay. Mm-hmm. And do you get that sensation every single time you yawn? Like a popping? Okay. Sometimes that can be due to an infection that hasn't cleared up all the way. Have you had any recent infections or illnesses? I think I remember you saying at the beginning that you had something not super long ago, but were your ears, or was any of your sinuses or anything affected? Do you have allergies? Right now, I mean. Okay. Well, it's definitely something to monitor. If it continues, then you may want to get your ears checked out by an audiologist or go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Probably an ear, nose, and throat doctor would be better for something like that, since it's not affecting your ability to hear, right? Okay, yeah, I didn't personally see anything, but I don't have the most high-powered, high-tech otoscope out there, and also sometimes the sort of mucus membranes that make that crackling when you yawn are really, really, really hard to see. So yeah, so they probably have more equipment to handle that. Okay, alright, so you ready to move on? Okay, so the reason why I have this glove on now is that I'm going to alternate between touching you with this more rough, it doesn't, here, it's not bad, right? It's just kind of a little bit abrasive. And I also have a Q-tip. Okay, so I'm going to touch you either with the Q-tip or with the glove. And you just tell me Q-tip or glove. And obviously you have to have your eyes closed so that you don't know automatically. Okay, you ready? Is it okay if I stand close to you? Okay. Okay. Glove, good. Q-tip, good. Glove. It's the glove, right? Glove as well. Q-tip. Q-tip, good. I'm gonna feel down into your neck now, if that's okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna feel down into your neck now, if that's okay. Alright. Glove, good. Q-tip. Q-tip, good. And glove, good job. You can open your eyes. That is plenty of that. Okay. This is hard to get off. Yeah, I think this is actually one of those like gloves that they give you in a beauty set to like scrub away your dead skin. Have you ever done one of those? Yeah, me neither. You know, my skin is like super sensitive, so I don't ever use anything that's like an exfoliator. Maybe I should, I don't know. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is pinch little areas of your skin on your forehead, earlobes. I'm just gonna pinch, and I'm gonna use both hands at the same time. So I want you to tell me if the sensation feels the same with both fingers, okay? So I may put a little more pressure on one side than the other, and I want to know if you can feel that difference. For the most part, I'm going to be intentionally making them feel the same. I just want to see if you catch it when it doesn't feel the same, or if you have a reaction to feeling them different when they shouldn't be. Okay? Alright, do you have any questions before I start? Okay. Oh yeah, you can leave your eyes open if you want, or you can close them, it doesn't matter. Okay, ready? Same, good. 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 I feel like I'm your grandma. Okay. Good. Harder on the left. Good. Okay. Good. I'm gonna grab your neck a little bit. I'll try not to tickle you. Okay, good. And let's see, I'm gonna do your forehead in the center. Okay, good. And on the side. Harder on the right. Okay, good, good, good. Alright, that all seems normal. Have you had any issues with your sense of feeling lately? So have your fingertips been tingling? Have you had a hard time discerning certain textures or things that you know used to feel a different way to you when you touch like your clothes or your towels, or has anything seemed different at all? Okay. And you said that your skin's kind of been the same, right, in terms of like acne, oiliness, dryness. There hasn't been any sort of change. You look fabulous. Yeah, okay. Alright, well I think then we are good with that. There are a couple other tests that I learned for that, but I think that those are going to be in a later like sequence that I have to do. Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot of touch yet. We just kind of finished up doing taste, so yeah, we're gonna do that a little bit. Okay. So let's see. I guess we'll just go ahead and do the taste now. So I'm gonna actually look in your mouth first, and I'm gonna use my trusty otoscope again. So if you can just open your mouth pretty wide. Okay. Have you had any troubles in your mouth lately? Any canker sores? Any cavity feeling? Any pain in general? Any burning your tongue, biting your cheeks? Okay, any sensitivity to cold or hot foods? Okay. Any bleeding in your gums? Okay, and do you brush your teeth at least twice a day? Okay. I have a little mirror I'm gonna use to look around at your teeth. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stretch your cheek out a little bit. Sorry, I know it's kind of weird. Okay. And when was the last time you got your teeth cleaned? Okay. Just gonna pull your cheek back. Okay. And can you go ah? Okay, good. Alright, looks good. Next what I'm going to do is I have a little solution and I'm going to put these different solutions, I just have two, on the ends of the Q-tip. Okay, so here's what I'd like for you to do. I'm going to have you stick your tongue out, okay? And I'm going to put this Q-tip kind of far back and sort of just swab it across your tongue, kind of towards the middle. It's not going to be super far back. Okay, and then don't close your mouth and just let it sit there for a second. You might start salivating a little bit, and let me know what taste you feel like is coming. Okay, ready? So keep your mouth open. If you want, you can pull your tongue back a little bit, just don't close your mouth. What's that taste like? It's salty, good, okay. You can close your mouth, swallow a bit. Got one more here. I'm sorry. I know I'm a bitch for not telling you, but it's part of the test. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do it again. This one will be more pleasant, I promise. Do you feel like you have the salty taste out of your mouth? Yeah, you can take a sip. Okay, you ready? Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing. Stick your tongue out. Okay. And don't close your mouth. Just wait. It's sugar, yeah. Okay, you can close your mouth. I know it's probably hard to tell after you just drank. But you did it, so you have like superhuman taste buds. Okay. Alright. I don't think I have anything else to torture you with for that. In the future, we're gonna have a lot of different like swab types that we're gonna use, and we have to do them in different areas of the tongue. So if that's something you'd be down for, a lot of the flavors are actually really good. Yeah, they're kind of like, they don't taste exactly like the food, of course, but they have like vanilla and cherry and banana and orange, and you can tell. Sometimes it's like eating a piece of candy or ice cream or something that's in that flavor. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that one together. Okay, I'm not gonna do that in front of patients. Okay, I need to get serious. I feel like I've been so serious though. How am I doing? Okay. Do you feel like I'm being attentive to you? Okay. Yes, I do still have to ask. Did you have any questions about the taste test portion? Okay. And nothing you need to report to me about your sense of taste? Okay, great. Alright, so I guess the last thing is your nose, sense of smell. I actually don't have a bunch of scents. I know that we already did a smell test on you, so I already have results for that I'm gonna put in. So I'm just going to do like the actual functionality of your nose in terms of breathing. Okay. Alright, so excuse me. Okay, so right now what I'm gonna have you do is first take a deep breath in through your nose and blow it out through your nose, okay? Okay, I'm gonna take one glove off. Alright, so do that again. I'm gonna put my finger sort of under your nose, okay? Ready? Breathe in and out. Good, okay. Do you feel like you have equal air inflow and outflow from both nostrils? Okay. Is it stuffy a little bit on the side? Is that normal or not really? Okay, alright. So now what I want you to do is close off one nostril, doesn't matter which one. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so breathe in. Good. Okay, do it again. Good. Okay, and the other side. Okay, so breathe in. Good. And one more time. Okay. It feels equal enough to me that I'm not concerned. But have you been having any issues with your sense of smell lately? Has anything started smelling different to you, like your hair shampoo, things that you smell often, your detergent, or foods that you enjoy? Does everything still kind of, nothing seems odd or out of place in that regard? Okay. And do you typically have a pretty sensitive sense of smell, would you say, or are you kind of the last person to smell the smoke? Maybe somewhere in between. Okay. Are there any scents that you know for a fact bother you? Like a strong perfume? Okay. And is that only like a perfume that someone wears, or is that included in soaps and like detergents, dryer sheets, things like that? It can be. Okay. Alright. Do you know, or have you ever had a deviated septum, or have you ever broken your nose? Okay. Have you ever had surgery on your nose, a rhinoplasty, or any sort of corrective surgery? Okay. And in general, are you feeling satisfied with the quality of your nose in terms of breathing? And how about your sense of smell? Pretty good. Okay, good. Alright, I am once again going to look with this bad boy. Okay, and I'm just gonna do it real quick. Oh, I just did the wrong eye again. Okay. Alright, and other side. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is gently put my fingertip on your nose and pull up a little bit, okay? And what I want you to do is just take a deep breath for me. Through your nose, of course. Did that feel easier or more difficult to breathe when I did that? A little more airflow. Okay, I'm gonna pull it back again and look. Okay. There's a little bit of redness in your nasal cavity, which to me suggests just common allergies, which is pretty typical for this time of year. And I know that you already have a little bit of allergies anyway. Yeah, so I'm not super worried about that if you're saying that you haven't been experiencing anything out of the ordinary. Have you had a lot of drainage? Any sore throat? Okay. And let's see, what about any stuffiness or runniness? More so than usual or pretty typical? Okay. And do you blow your nose? And about how often? Okay. Alright. Yeah, I blow my nose every day. It like surprises me that some people only blow their nose when they're sick or something. I do not live that life. I'm always stuffy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I did. I had my adenoid sinuses removed, but I don't know how much that affects like stuffy noses and stuff. I guess I should. Yeah, I just tried to get an itch, it didn't work. Okay. Okay, so let me think. Which side was it that you said feels a little different? Okay, can you just do the breath thing for me like a couple more times? Okay, this time I'm gonna hold your nose up while you do it too. Okay. Yeah, it's like barely noticeable for me, but you're the one breathing, so it's probably more noticeable for you. Okay. Well, just let me know if that gets worse in the next couple of weeks or whatever, and I might be able to point you at least in the right direction of who to see or what to get. Do you take like any nose sprays or anything? Yeah, they're not really good for you, but sometimes just using it once is enough to help. Yeah, okay. Then the last thing that I'm gonna do, I have another Q-tip here, and I'm just gonna feel across the bridge of your nose. I'm going to lightly tap or sort of brush the outside of your nostrils and the center of your nose. Okay, I'm gonna tap the tip of your nose and in between your eyes. I'll use the other side. Okay, so I just want you to tell me if any of this feels strange, and I'm also going to just be checking sort of the external structure of your nose. Definitely if anything hurts, let me know. Okay, so first I'm just gonna go over. Is that okay? Alright, I'm gonna do your nostrils now, just a little sweep. Can you feel that? Okay, good. And it doesn't hurt? Okay. To the other side. Can you feel that? Doesn't hurt? Okay. Go up the middle. How about that? Good, good, good. Okay. I'm gonna tap on the tip now. Feel that okay? Doesn't hurt? Okay, and now in between your eyes there. Feels okay? Did you have any questions for me or anything else you thought of that you'd like to tell me about your nose? Okay, all good? Okay. I think that we did everything. Yeah, I think I did everything. I know I didn't get to chat a lot, but I was supposed to be trying to get through it. And we have all night to hang out anyway, and I know you're hungry, so we can go get some food and watch that movie if you're down. Is there anything else that I missed, or any questions I didn't ask you, or like how was my overall sort of bedside manner? Did you feel taken care of and listened to? Okay. Did I provide enough encouragement as you were going through things? Did you feel uncomfortable at any point? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when someone's like looking up your nostrils or something, it's kind of uncomfortable no matter what, but it was as sort of normalized as it could have been. Do you have any advice for me, what I could do better or differently? Okay. Yeah, I can definitely try to incorporate that. Yeah. It's always, well, for me so far, I should say, I never know really how much or how little someone would want me to talk or explain through what I'm doing. I kind of like being told at the beginning and then just sitting through it while it's happening. But I get your point. Sometimes people might want to hear more talk throughout so that they know what's like still going on. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, thank you again so much for helping me with this. I have a sheet somewhere, but I didn't even bring it here. I was like in a rush getting everything ready when you were coming over, so yeah. Okay, well, like I said, next week if you're free, I have another test that I need to do, or homework I guess really, but it's just paperwork, so I won't actually have to be poking and prodding you. Yeah, and your answers are, I have to record them, but you're anonymous for that one, and technically we're supposed to be doing these with like different people every time, but obviously I haven't been, so no one needs to know it's you. I know, I'm a bad student. Okay, well, I know that you're ready, so what are you in the mood for food? Yeah, I've got like pizza, I've got salads, I've got all kinds of fruit. I've got a chicken dish that I made yesterday that would reheat really well, and I've got veggie patties and rice, and I have this new vegetable mix that I've been trying lately that oh my god, it's so good. It's gold and white corn and asparagus and carrots. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, and then of course I have a lot of sweets and shit for afterward. Okay. Alright, well, let's go eat and watch a movie and chill.